Hi, I'm Carla Schaefer, Auntie Speeds Designer, and today we're going to learn how to decoupage on wood connectors or pendants, and then we're going to construct a bracelet. We're going to go over the list of supplies and tools needed for this project, and what we're going to be doing is a decoupage, and you'll need a decoupage medium that you can purchase at any craft store or discount store, and it will say decoupage. It's actually just a liquid glue, and we're going to be using connectors, wood connectors that we carry. You can also do this on pendants or actually make these out of into a pendant. You will need some artwork. That would be scrapbooking papers or pictures or anything that you have that you would like to use. And we are also, for the bracelet, going to be using these sterling silver connectors and a 9mm 18 gauge open jump ring. The tools that you will need, of course, will be a craft brush for the decoupage, some steel wool, a clear varnish, and for constructing the bracelet you'll need a pair of chain nose and round nose pliers. And also, after the glue has set, you may need a beading awl to make sure that you are able to clean out the holes so that we can make a bracelet out of it. And you will also need a clasp. In this case, I'm using a sterling silver S-hook clasp. And you will also need something to protect your surface with the glue. I'm just going to use a little piece of cardboard, that way I don't get glue all over everything. What I have done is I went to a scrapbooking store and picked up, these were actually stickers, and it was on a clear piece of plastic. What I've done is I put them in my scanner and then printed them out on my printer. And just a way to do this is to kind of give it a little different look. You can obviously cut this out with scissors if you like. I thought it was kind of neat to kind of tear the designs out, and I just was kind of tearing around, getting all the white out of the way. And this one is a definition of kind, and so we're doing 3 links, so you could just kind of tear this into 3 parts that would fit on the link, and then when you construct that, it's kind of an interesting way to have the definition in 3 parts. But this is basically all I like to do. And see, it's covering up my holes, so then I would just tear a little bit of it out. Again, you may cut these and make it a nice and clean edge if you like. This is just the way I'm doing these pieces. And then you would have, be able to put it on the link, something like this. I've already torn a design out, and this was like a definition of laugh. And all we're going to do now is I have torn them and kind of had them fit to the link. And basically all you're going to do is glue these pieces down. And again, you just need a craft brush, and you dip it into the decoupage medium, and then you brush it on the full piece. And it does get messy, so you may need to have a paper towel. I usually keep a wet paper towel and a dry paper towel near me. And then you put a little layer of that down. Since I'm going to make this a bracelet, I want the holes on either side, so I want my piece to be in my words in the center. And you just kind of mash it on there, and then you put more of the decoupage medium on there. And to get rid of brush marks, will go ahead and put it on there and then smooth it out with my fingers. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do all 3 pieces. And this will take, it's a process. I'd say 3 or 4 layers of the decoupage, and then let it set and dry. So you set them aside and let them dry. Then when the white is clear, I would go ahead and brush on another layer. And I usually let them dry a good hour or 2 before I do, construct my piece. Actually, you need to let them dry, and then you'll need to spray them with a varnish. You can buy a can clear varnish, and seal them after they really have dried several hours, and then you'll be able to make your bracelet out of them. So for now, we're just going to put the 1 layer on this decoupage and just demonstrating how it's done. And after it's dry, the decoupage is dry, I would take the steel wool and just kind of polish them. It gets the brush marks out of them, but also by using your fingers you don't have as many brush marks. And then shellac spray varnish, and then it'll be done. So I've just got one layer of this on each one of these as a demonstration, and then I have some pieces that are already ready to construct into a bracelet, and we'll work with those next. Okay, again, as I said, I've already had these pieces have already been lacquered. So one thing that you may need to do is take a beading awl and just check the little holes on the links to make sure that they're clean, so you'll be able to get your jump ring through them. So I'm just going to ream the glue out of the little holes. And you can also take that steel wool, and it'll get all that you've punched out off of it. So now we'll be ready. Again, these designs were just some scrapbooking papers, so little stamps. And again, you can use all kinds of papers, make different collages on them. You can photo pictures of your family or other things. You can use anything you want. These I actually cut out to where they're clean. I didn't do the tear technique on these. Okay, now we're going to be ready to construct the bracelet. You're just going to lay it out in the pattern that you like. And again, I'm using sterling silver connectors for in between. And then basically all we're going to do is loop them on with our jump rings. And we'll need 2 pairs of pliers for this. You can take the chain nose pliers to hold the jump ring in place. You just need to find where it opens at. And you open a jump ring by pulling away from yourself. You don't want to spring the ring. And the first thing I'm going to do is work it through the link, the little wood connector. And then add the sterling silver, and then close. And the way you close it is pretty much the way you opened it. Hold one side, and then just bring them back together, and they'll kind of click. There you go. And you just continue on until you get the rest of the bracelet connected. Now that I've got the whole bracelet constructed, all I need to do now is add a jump ring to each end of the link and apply the S-ring. So what we're going to do again is just open up the jump ring. I'm going to slip it into the link. I'm going to close it because my S-ring is open right now, so I'm just going to close my jump ring. And I'm going to take the S-hook, and the S-hook is, as I said, open, so you just choose one side to close. So all I'm going to do is slip it on, and then using my pliers I'm going to close the S-hook. And then we're going to leave this side open, but I'm going to close it a little more than what it is so it will have some resistance when you're slipping it on and off, that way it doesn't fall off. So then on the other end of the link I'm going to add another jump ring. And you will be done with your bracelet. And then the S-hook will just test the tension. And you've completed your bracelet.